eternal night. Heroes from across worlds stand and unite. No other foe or force can match their might. The once great people of this world now hide in fear. All chaos shaken by the power of sword and spear. The black-clad armies of the Dark One now draw near. But in the distance, the sergeant and the bear appear. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Legions of Rome stand and let their arrows fly. The roaring of dragons and machines fills the sky. Secret agents and the generals they defy. Swarms of orcs and samurai raise their banners high. In the wake of death, only one man stands alone. The sergeant raises his sword, high silver shone. He condemns the chaos the war not his has sown. He stands longing for the day he may return home. Great heroes of past and law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Until the war for the world springs is won, they will fight until they're undone. But a hero will stand alone as one, and the bloodshed is finally done. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation. Great heroes of past the law, no power has seen before. We spread far across the sky, marching across the great divide to save the world from deterioration, to end the age of annihilation, 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 to end the age of annihilation.
Welcome to ToV Live, and I hopped us on right away. It is Valhalla time. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ToV Podcast, episode 74. I'm Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla, and we have with us on the panel tonight Sir Roguescaper and Hexala, the wonderful couple of Hexala, and with us as well, half weeping, is Sir Joe Crazy. And so tonight, guys, we have a wonderful podcast episode for you all tonight, where we're going to be talking first half about GenCon 2025, hence the weeping, and as well as some squads and heroes if we have time later on tonight. And Megabotfish, first in the chat, is saying, "Gotta say, the upcoming waves are the most excited I've felt for Heroscape since walking into a Target as a kid and finding out Wave 6 was a thing. Yes. Oh, and forgive me as well. It is still hot, still summertime hot, so that air conditioning might be going on and off tonight, disrupting audio quality, but still, it should be fine. And then Megabuff also says, star-studded cast for this episode. Absolutely, absolutely. Oh, and we might have a comment or two at the end of the podcast as well. So, without further ado, how about we get started with remembering GenCon. For Joe Crazy, it is a easy memory because, well, you know, unfortunately, he wasn't there with us. But
now we move to the segment where we make Joe Crazy have serious FOMO. Joe, let's tell you about all our experiences.
I'm here for the stories. I want to hear. I want to make me feel like I was there. How about that?
Okay.
That's the goal.
We wish you were there.
You're gonna get 10 minutes of me complaining about Josiah. That's what's about to happen.
Well, but Joe can participate in the fact that we did take pictures of these potential new waves next year, and he can evaluate those photos. So that's the main reason why he's here, is to get excited, because there is a lot of very interesting units that we saw, including G.I. Joe. So Joe Crazy needed to be here because it's kind of like in the name. And Dragolich, hello. Good evening to you there in the chat as well. So what do we do first? Do we look at the units, or do we just talk about Gen Con in general? I'd say let's
talk about Gen Con, because once we start talking about the units, we're gonna get lost in the weeds.
All right, let's spend about
so much there.
10
I
minutes.
have a whole vindication monologue prepared.
No, I kind of talked about
the Vorids.
I kind of talked about my Gen Con experience last Wednesday. So if you want to go, Josiah, go ahead if you want to go first.
Is I? No, I had a really good time. It was it was great being there with friends. I was there with Hexhala and you, Ryan, and honestly, I needed friends around me because it's not my.
You got lost.
I got lost a lot.
You got to talk about pre-Gen Con, because he was pulled over at the beginning because.
Yeah.
Did you want to explain that, Josiah? I'll leave it up to you to tell as much as you want to.
Yes, I mean, the road to Gen Con alone was adventure filled. There was storms, there was traffic. I got pulled over from a cop because he was following behind me on about a 200-mile country road, and I didn't turn my wipers off the entire time, and it wasn't raining. And when the cop's behind you, you keep on looking back, so you swerve and you drive slow. So he thought I was a crazy person because I didn't know how to turn off my wipers.
So that
He's like, I'm not giving you a ticket. I'm just making sure you're all right, is what he said.
That set the tone for Josiah.
Interesting.
For the weekend, basically. And it kind of went downhill.
So this guy shows up to the Airbnb, because the four of us all split an Airbnb. And he is like 3 shades of out of it. He drives past it 3 times. Almost walks into the wrong building. I was under the assumption he's just driven 8 hours. He's tired. No, that's just his personality.
That's just who I am.
As we've learned, he needed hand holding through everything.
You literally had to hold his hand because he
4 times before 10 a.m. on day 1. He walked off somewhere with tails and started following a different guy.
Not many guys with white shirts and long hair either.
There's a whole higher volume at Gen Con.
I also want to justify myself in our video that we made. Josiah was like, Adam yelled at me. No, Adam was upset that Adam took the time to take him to go get a bag. And all he had to do was wait in like a 10-minute line to get the bag. But I dropped him off there thinking, he knows how to get back. He can get the bag and come back. And then I go back, and then Josiah comes right after me and it's like, I didn't want to wait for the bag. I'm like, that was the whole point I took you there.
And this was after he got lost with Ryan taking him there.
Yeah. All that to say is I had a really good time. And
we learned that Rogue brings everything he owns with him, and then every time he stands up, all of it falls out of his pockets.
Yeah,
you hear a crash from across the way, and it's like, oh, it's probably Josiah. It's like,
yeah, my dice box. Like, Ken leaned over and he's like, "Hey, are you all right?"
No.
I was like, I don't think so, man. He's like, I'm not even upset. This just keeps on happening. And how? I said, I don't even know.
Aren't you a cargo pants enjoyer? Like, don't you wear cargo pants all the time?
Yeah. Yeah, well,
There you
like
go.
your dice box, your figures, the stuff that don't fit in there.
Okay. I don't want this to just be the hating on Roguescaper stream, because I could do that. But Gen Con was a lot of fun. I had a lot of really fun battles. I actually had a double queen infestation. Both of our Maladrixes got infested. Every board in this game, every character on that board that could be infested was infested, and it was the most infestations I'd seen in a game, and it was a lot of fun. I lost, but that doesn't matter.
Did they all like pop off at the same time, or like what was the sequence of them?
I infested his Anshu. He pulls out this nice little infestation ring that he had 3D printed. It was really cool. And then I think he infested my queen. He pulls out another one. I infest his queen, and we take the infestation ring from Anshu and put it on his queen because he only has the 2. And obviously the queens have to wear the crowns.
Oh my god.
And I don't think either of them died due to infestation. I think they just died from getting kicked.
Wow.
Did you guys go over the prize support from Renegade for the championship? What do you guys think of that?
I didn't even look at it really. I just know what the first place was, but I didn't even look at it because I didn't want to get my hopes up for anything.
That's what you got.
Huh?
You got order markers and dice.
Oh, well, yeah. Well,
Yeah, the dice were really nice.
We got dice, yeah. Yeah, and I showed that last Wednesday. So.
They seemed to listen to feedback for some of the side events and started bringing out pricing for top 8, which was nice.
And they were gold,
the whip didn't have it in.
Crystal looking dice, basically, for those on Spotify, and we do have a Spotify audience. So for those of you who can't see that, they were like gold crystal type dice, which kind of nice, kind of cool.
Now I'm a little disappointed. Oh wow!
There's the Raylan, and
we were really surprised when I opened the box to see that it was the gold base.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I found out too.
Yep. When I opened mine, I was like, oh wait a second, oh I did get one, sweet. Now I don't have a normal one though, so that's a thing.
You want one? We got 8.
Yeah, you only did 8 Raylans.
We walked away with 8 Raylans.
Oh my god!
2 of us.
Didn't last year you guys walked away with like 3 master sets or something?
It was a lot.
It was a lot. I watched that video today in inspiration for finishing editing hours and saw the shot of just the car full of Heroscape and was like, that was wild. They did not do anything like that this year, but the shirts this year were super cool. I think Ryan's wearing it now. The design is so sick.
Yeah, that's dope.
And again, for those
audio
listeners, it is Leviatak fighting Utgar. So that's really cool.
I wish it was a red shirt, not a black shirt.
Nah, it's good. It's good. It's got the championship on the back, so that's that's a claim to fame right there. So yeah,
much that I'm sure wore at Gen Con.
Sad that I didn't make it to day 2 because I really want those dice. They're so good.
Now they don't say Gen Con on there, right?
No.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing, because everyone I've seen that had Gen Con dice from before Renegade, they all said Gen Con on them. At least that's what I've seen. So I feel like that's such a missed opportunity to be like, hey, I got these at Gen Con 2025. That's what those dice are, and it's very apparent.
I hear you, and I keep having to remind myself of this, that this is only Renegade's 2nd year running this and doing events. So, there's always going to be room to grow.
Oh, no, absolutely.
The dice still just look sick on their own, and I will forever cry myself to sleep that I don't own them.
And it's possible that those are going to be Gen Con exclusive dice in of themselves, right? So, since they're not going to do exclusive miniatures anymore, kind of that space of order markers and dice, I think it's a pretty good thing for exclusives.
As long as it's swag, I mean, it's fine. I'm cool with it. It just made it worth it just getting to the semifinals because honestly, I didn't think I was going to make it. So yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
Better than the Revna dice for sure.
So.
Oh my god.
I think I might repaint
I saw
those.
somebody say
we could talk about that too.
I saw somebody say they love the Revenant dice because they only roll skulls, and who needs to roll defense?
They look they look better than what I thought they were going to be. To be perfectly honest, they look better than I thought they were going to be. Anyway, we got some. Let's see, we got some chatters in here in the chat.
Yeah.
We got Premium Scape.
Jack says the Gen Con
Ben,
dice were were run by fan created tournaments.
Here, hold on a second.
So that could be the biggest.
Let me catch up with this, then we'll go over to the photos of some of the minis that we saw, and we'll comment on them. Let's see here. Yes, Premium Scape. Hi. Did you guys get a good look at G.I. Joes? Yes, we'll show some. I didn't get the best photos, but I got some photos. Mega Blobfish, I lost, but it doesn't matter. May as well be my Heroscape mantra. Yeah, well, you got to play the numbers in this game. You're gonna lose some,
I lost
you're gonna
a
win
lot. I had some bad loses.
Ben says last year the prize support was insane. Mega Blobfish says, boy, I'm missing out by not going to Gen Con. Yeah, I mean, if you can make it a year, it's definitely worth it. Jack says, hello, I wish it could have been GC this year, maybe next year. Ben says, good call on Gen Con Dice, Joe. And Jack says, the previous Gen Con Dice were all from fan-run Gen Con tournaments. And Jack also says, I like that call, though. Would be nice if they had Gen Con on them. Yeah, the Gen Con like embossed on them. That would have been cool. That would have been cool. They don't have it, but maybe next year. Maybe something they can reach for next year. And Warpig says, I love the Revenant dice. Yeah, like I said, I mean, they didn't look great when they were presented during Renegade Con earlier this year, but they don't look terrible. I don't really have a problem with them. I think just when because I used them a little bit during Gen Con, it was kind of confusing what was the shields and what was the skulls. So what I might do is just like paint some blue on the shields and red on the skulls, so I know what's what, because you're just pausing for a second. Wait a second. Okay, all right, now I know what they are. Not gonna paint.
I know that this isn't the point of the stream, and I don't want to cause an argument, but I'm completely the opposite of you on this one, Ryan. I was really excited for what they looked like, and they disappointed me when I got them in the box. And I think I spent 10 minutes in a video just talking about that.
ranting.
I mean, to solve your
I did
problem,
see the time limit and go, how did they stretch 10 minutes at a dice?
It's just me complaining.
Okay.
I'm good at complaining.
That's in my queue set. I didn't look at that, but yeah, I mean, it's it's all to his own. There's plenty of dice out there. So, all right.
Yeah.
And in answer just to Premium Escape, they're just asking about how well they play. I was talking to the designers. They're balanced around classic Heroscape, so they're more akin to like D&D units in terms of balancing compared to their own separate thing. Like they're contemporary legal, so next year G.I. Joe units will be mixed with the AOA units. So it's they look pretty fun to play with. And
check out Skateboard's video, because he did something on the G.I. Joe like cards and units. He was talking about them. So check out Skateboard's video on that. It's very, very interesting. All right. So speaking of G.I. Joe and stuff, let's talk about okay. This is practically the only selfie I took. I feel so terrible that during Gen Con I didn't take pictures of anybody, and I've met some new people at Gen Con, and I didn't take any photos of hardly anybody, and I feel terrible about it. But yeah, this is me and Josiah, first day at Gen Con. Kind of getting lost. There's a moment in Hexala's video that they just released today to it. It's like, we don't know where Tails and Rogue are, or they're just gone. Well, here we are. There we are.
Fun fact: we were looking for you.
Yeah, we were kind of waiting for you guys, because there was.
You should just always assume you're the one that's lost.
Yeah, this was kind of like
assumption, yeah.
Kind of before being lost, and then then you got lost. Anyway, so I have this thing. When because nobody like takes photos of the back of these minis ever, so I do that when I'm
why would you want to see the back?
Painting purposes? I don't know, because I think looking at like the whole total parts of the unit is important.
Seeing how baggy the pants are,
not just the front. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So we're just looking at these from the back. For a second, I like that cape.
Yeah, go to that wall.
You want to see the Look,
oh yeah.
Whoa.
I want to see the wall.
Hold on a second. Okay.
Yeah, gross. Oh,
look-
Yeah,
look
so
at
that's prototype wall they're still working on, but they're gonna have
Sure.
wall terrain and they're gonna have like toxic poison terrain.
Actually, looking
yeah,
at this,
that
this
looks
almost
I like the green translucent. That looks
like,
nice.
Besides the blade jutting out, this almost looks like a Fiabani
That's Cobra, right?
from
Yeah.
the back. Yeah.
Destro, I think. I don't know. I'm not a
Oh,
big
that's Destro?
G.I. Joe
And
fan.
if you know
No,
something
Destro's the
about
red one.
these
Oh,
also
yeah,
these GI Joe cards, there's basic stuff on the back too, so you can play the basic side already.
I will
I'm not
say
a
I'm
huge
not a
G.I. Joe enjoyer, but
G.I. Joe person, but the models looked awesome. Like,
Yeah.
even if you're not a G.I. Joe person, just the way they're sculpted and painted, they really are stepping up on at least the G.I. Joe side.
Look at the back of those cobras.
dude,
I'm
those
so happy to
figures
see Cobras.
absolutely solid.
Okay, and again, for our Spotify audience, we are looking at photos of what was displayed at Gen Con, so forgive us if we're just oohing and eyeing for the moment, and that you can't see the photos, but just like go to like Heroscape Facebook or Renegade Discord stuff, and you'll see photos of these minis, and then like I don't know it's the tree, but they are going to be releasing like the big trees.
Yeah, that's
trees.
exciting.
Yeah, Ben Harris is saying
Dadscaper wants you to enhance the photo.
Yep, doing
Enhance.
that. Okay, there's a hand there. I don't know if you guys see the hand. There's somebody's hand. Right there.
Get on those orcs, buddy! Get on those orcs!
And it says Heroscape Gathering Storm Story Arc, Spring 2026. But yeah, look at them orcs. See, look at the back.
Did
I
anyone
like the sword, cutlass
expect
sword. And look
orcs
at the
to go
backpacks
into
they
the
have.
enhancing their timeline? Like, did anyone
They're going back
I love them.
to the future. I like
Like,
the Kiri
are we-
wings here. Look at the Kiri wings.
Are we saying 40 years from now?
And look at
Like,
the
we're
back,
gonna
look.
have orcs that are like
Look at the back
Well,
of
they
Sword.
were
modern
with
military?
Look at the back of
Valeric.
Sword.
So Valeric took them
Blonde hair.
into her fold and kind of
Okay.
outfitted them with kind of her style.
Yo, that is
Steampunk
wild
orcs.
looking.
Look at the back of the
I love
bugs.
the orcs so much.
Look at the back of
I love
them
these
bugs.
guys.
Look at these bugs.
I love the Squirtire.
Oh my gosh.
So, fun fact about the Skodire, those are following Einar. They're not Revna Skodire. They're from a different
Ooh,
hive.
Wow, from a different. We're getting different hives. Yes, does that mean we're going to
That's
get a
really
different
cool.
queen?
I love that, but why?
Because
We don't
we
even
need
have
another
anything-
queen. We need another hive queen that is like with
We
with one of
don't
her
even have
arms,
proper
like,
commons yet.
Decapitated.
Come on! Build out.
So, the Maladrakes is, according to lore, kind of a outlier.
Yeah,
She's
she
like
is.
a weird bug.
She is.
The rest of the bugs are kind of more organized and militant in nature, is what the designers were telling me when I was there. Also, Einar doesn't have any units, especially since there's not a lot
Right.
of historicals
Needs,
currently in works. So it kind of buffs up Einar's ranks while they
Look at that buzzsaw.
while they develop her.
It's really cool.
Sure. Blame the lore.
And then Heroscape Blank Thunder Story Arc.
Redacted Thunder.
Redacted. Yeah.
Redacted Thunder.
Yeah. That's
I don't
interesting.
care what the name is when they release it. It will forever be Redacted Thunder to me.
And look
It's
at
going to
the-
be Blackbeard's
look
Thunder.
at
That's
that-
my suspicion.
That's just like a horror film. That's the closest thing to like a demon horror film that I've seen so far.
So, I can't remember what they called it specifically,
Mhm.
but Anaclavy. It is from Scottish folklore, and you guys
Right.
have no idea how excited I am that they are moving into like folklore and like urban legends and
And that-
cryptids and things like that,
I mean,
and like
When Jeremy like talked about the Grave Grim a couple months ago, he was mentioning he was kind of implying the fact that they're using that type of thematic storytelling with myths and legends here on Earth, which is
That's a
great
good idea.
because it's great because that brings in like different historical units, and there's myth and legends of things all over the world that you can incorporate into Heroscape. And Grave Grim is just the beginning, and I'm just like, yes, I love it. I love it. Now look at these tentacles.
Guys, Mega Bubfish suggests that maybe the thunder is referring to Thornum's thunder.
Maybe.
So, I have a theory that it's going to be like Blackbeard's Thunder. I was talking to designers, and they kind of got like not onto me, but they were like, a lot of your theory videos that you post out there are surprisingly close to what we have planned for releasing. And one of the things like I was talked a lot about was Blackbeard, how I wanted like a Blackbeard flag bearer. So that's what my suspicion is. Yeah, I'm trying not to talk too much about the Vorids that are Eisenex. I've been quiet on that so far. I'm, but
Okay,
but
wait,
I
we're
want to
gonna-
talk about them.
Yeah, hold on a second. We looked at the back sides of those guys, and we'll look at the front sides in a second. But look at the boat. Look, this is something I think a lot of us have been calling. I've definitely been calling this on this channel. We got pirates. We need a boat, even a shipwreck boat. I'll take it. This and I took another picture of the backside of this as well. But look at these rope ladders. We're gonna have rope ladders. We're gonna have cannons that we can use. That we can go like Halo
Cannons are
style and just
destructible
attach,
objects.
like kind of like have our figure just like aim in it and just go bam. Oh, yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it.
I really enjoy how massive these line of sight blockers are.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they actually
Just
block line of sight.
Yeah. Huge walls. Like that's why even with the GI Joe wall, like it's a giant wall.
These are ones you can climb up on and actually have some height, on there.
Super
So,
interesting
yeah,
concept.
it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
I also love that Theracus is mounted on the front of the boat.
Yes.
This is a
That's
nice little
Let's-
detail.
let's
just
go
a
there.
beautiful detail.
Yeah, look at that. Yep. Ta-da. Yeah,
I'm
it's
so
great.
excited for this boat.
Now, this is my number one unit, just because it's me. But Sylvaris 2.0, yes, thank you. very much.
Tuvaris.
Sylvaris 2.0. I'm so excited. Okay, yes. So excited with that.
He's got the vine arm. It's gonna be great.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Oh
That's
yeah.
that's
So
solid
like
color
his
scheme.
arm was probably ripped off. I'd say predicting ripped off by Krug. Eventually we'll probably get a Krug 2.0. I'm just saying. If we're gonna Sylvaris 2.0, we're probably getting a Krug 2.0. But yeah. And then you got 3 arrows. That's 3. Count them. 1, 2, 3. Right there. He's got a little dagger there too on the side.
I truly believe that if he doesn't come out with just a straight up triple attack, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Facts though.
Pretty sure there's going to be a triple attack. Pretty sure. All right, then what else here? We got. I think what's in focus?
Yeah,
we got
just
the
some
Kiri.
Kyrie lady squads with
Yeah, Kiri squad.
what is that in their hands? I don't think I've ever seen that weapon before.
I forget what it's called. It's like a tri-dagger.
Yeah, that's nice.
That is
But now that we have multi-life commons, I foresee those Kyrie being multi-life Olar squads that will work with kind of the underused, Milky and the other
facts.
one no one uses and can't never remember, Ziamara, and actually you have an Olar core, which will be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got the buff men, then we got the buff ladies.
Absolutely. Let's see here. I don't know what I was focusing on here. I think because it was a crowd.
Okay.
It was a crowd of people, so it was tough to get like right up close and personal with these. Oh dear. All right. Again, buzzsaw. I like the buzzsaw, and these are going to be reattachable arms, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah,
they have
that is
removable
so
arms that you can pretty much kit them out with different abilities based on their arms they have.
I'm pretty sure. We
Yeah,
got better photos.
that's gonna
And of
be
course,
absolutely wild.
Now this was on
And
thumbnail.
I'm gonna lose them.
Thumbnail. Dune. Agent Carr.
I love Dune's sculpt in this one. He looks so much more menacing than the
He's
OG.
alive.
Yeah.
He looks alive.
The OG looks like he's puking, and I've always said that.
True.
Also, I don't know if you got a photo of the back of it, Tails, but Car's ponytail is gray, which is just little tiny details.
Well, there, let's
but
go
Wait,
back a
he
second.
has a
Hold
ponytail?
on a second.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, that's
Has
too
he
far.
always had a
Too far.
ponytail?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
it was
see
black.
if- Okay.
Hold on. Yep, there it is.
Distinguishing feature.
It's kind of pixelated.
It's longer too.
but there you go. Yeah, it's a bit longer. There you
Yeah,
go.
Lee pointed that out to me, and I was like, it's just a small detail that I think is really, really nice.
And then look at this. So these are. You said these are Isonex here. These guys.
So like Vidar.
Yeah, they're Vidar
Oh.
Eisenax.
Oh, nice. I think I got some chain grab stuff happening there.
All I know is they look a lot like the halfway point between Vorids and Eisenak, and people call
I
me
never really
mad. They have like wolf skulls.
Yeah, never noticed that.
Oh, his ponytail?
Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Fascinating.
Okay, and
Fascinating.
Here they are. Oh, wait a second. Do we got like, how many are there here? 1, 2, 3, and then are these different? Look at that hand. Look at that hand.
There's different sculpts. There's like
Yeah.
3 or 4 different sculpts, I think.
Wow.
I love when Heroscape like dives back into it's a toy route, because Heroscape
Right.
sometimes struggled with
Yes.
is it a toy or is it a game?
Both.
So
Right.
just detachable arms is such like a toy mentality, and I love it.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Does anyone remember Rock'em Sock'em Robots?
Mm-hmm.
But there was an action figure line called Arena, which was based on a PlayStation 1 video game that had interchangeable parts, because in the game, when you defeated or destroyed or took during the battle, like parts of that character would fall off, and then you would acquire them, and then you can reattach them to your character as you fight through each of the battles. And so the toy was constructed that manner so that you can twist them off with a giant crowbar or screwdriver and stuff.
And then of course,
But yeah, that's what
the
that reminds
Kraken.
me of. It's
I like how these.
generally most of my excited.
Do you think? I wonder if these are going to be like a squad since they're on different bases.
It is.
That is.
Yeah.
just
It's a
so-
squad.
That is. I think it's visually, just aesthetically, that is the coolest thing that I've seen.
so
And
excited
it's
for those
warping
guys to
in and
paint.
out of time because these are time warps here.
Mm-hmm.
That's just that just amazes
Yeah,
me.
other than now the giant archers, we don't really have any squads that are like massive.
No.
And that's so fascinating.
Yeah. Like, what are these going to be? Like, not huge, like gigantic, or just huge? I don't know.
Probably huge.
I would
like
assume just
10.
huge. I
Huge
really want them
20.
to have a new size
That would be fun.
as gigantic. But now they'll probably.
I don't think they could
Yeah.
because
Why
there's
not?
so much old wording that
Yeah.
specifically targets the sizing
gosh.
that if you added a new size, then things would just break.
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. They've already broken everything by changing the wording for a lot of these older cards. Like, we have to reprint cards now for specific wordings. So I don't know what makes. Just do it again, I guess.
I mean, with the Kraken like tentacles here, this is obviously probably just gonna be one set. What do you think the cost is gonna be for this one? Just take a guess.
Yeah, probably like $60 for that for those four.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's packaged with the pirate ship, or no, probably that would make sense. Never mind. It's its own huge set.
Probably.
The ship is by itself.
Yeah.
Mm.
As
I was
it
gonna
should
say,
be.
otherwise that would be a decent idea
Then-
because why would you not want to have multiple pirate ships? But once again, you don't want to get in that idea of like terrain and figures.
Then interesting.
But it is a unique, so I don't know.
Interesting. Another Kiri squad here. That's like. So
they're undead.
Kiri.
Yeah.
These are undead.
They're the rejected followers of other like the Kyrie generals, and they joined
Ah,
Revna essentially,
nice.
and they
Yeah,
are
they don't
undead.
really
They
look
don't look-
undead.
They're mostly
Yeah, I thought they
dead.
were
undead.
There's a
Dead.
big difference between
They're
mostly
definitely
dead
follow
and all
Revna.
dead.
I thought they were undead. I could be insane.
Have
'Cause-
fun storming the pirate ship.
Because I was
Like a
I was
miracle.
thinking, I'm like, is this the most genius idea they've ever had, or like the worst? Because when you have the three, you got minions of Ukar, the
Or
oh my
Pigment
God,
saying
the-
75 with the ship.
Okay, we're talking about two different things. My apologies.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, I just interjected that because I know we were asking for that. But yeah, these are interesting. If it's a Revna, like they just joined Revna type thing, then I'll take it.
I was talking to Lee. They're supposed to make Kilcarex and Maladrix like actually worth using, which is nice. So
Okay.
So pretty much that Kyrie box had a lot of stinkers in it that like they just didn't have any support in their current iteration. So I think this wave is definitely trying to boost some underused
It's
some
definitely
underused units in the current meta.
Definitely boosting.
Now, of
because
all
it's
of the
ton stuff.
figures, the only ones that I have a gripe with sculptural-wise are those three, because to me they look too cartoony.
Well, they look kind of small too. You expect Kiri to maybe be a little bit bigger.
They
and-
just
Yeah.
there's just something about him that looks blocky and cartoony. Like, and those like the only 3 that I had issues with of all of this stuff that I was just kind of like, they felt out of place amongst everything else to me. And once again, these are still protos, right? Like things can still change.
Yeah.
So that was just my takeaway.
I think you're right, Roland. Something just feels kind of like out of place with them. Like you just have that like little misgiving for that. Even though I mean they're still very nicely detailed, but yeah, something seems out of place with them.
I had almost like mixed reactions to them because I like the lore a lot, so like the lore references are really cool. I like the sculpts. I almost wish they were just like their own individual heroes instead of like Ravnad squads. But painting these is going to be a pain in the butt because you have pretty much 3 separate color palettes you have to use for each squad.
Yeah,
they are.
That's what I was gonna say. I really, they're either like this is like the worst idea that Renegade could have, or the best, because for one, you're getting minions of Ukar, you're getting the Jandar guys, and you're getting the Einar Imperium. Essentially, if you buy enough, you can have new sculpts for those squads and proxy with them. Other than that, then yes, what you're saying, Josiah, about them being 3 different figures with 3 different color palettes, how am I supposed to know? Yeah, that's other than I guess the card that they're fun. They're common squads, I assume. So I don't know. I'm so mixed on that idea of having same with the baby dragons. The what do they call them?
Scions.
Yeah.
Although
Scions
I like the Scions. I like the fact that you can get like a bunch of commons of the Scions and then paint them different colors so you can have different representations of different dragons. It just doesn't have to be the standard color that they have.
But you're gonna know the old sculpts.
But they're simple builds, and like say in terms like for my son, I think that's a great build for my son to eventually grow and good at the game, because I'm hoping that Scions end up being competitive, because they'll be you can build armies with potentially like VC, Classic, or Renegade stuff from them, and get good at playing the miniatures and have fun painting with them while you're playing them as well. And why not expand your horizons and use different colors? Because you just don't want, like, if they're commons, you just don't want the same color for each squad. So you get to experiment and have fun with it. And I think for especially the younger side that are getting into Heroscape, I think that's a great opportunity for them, and they won't be that much to paint, because I'm hoping they're like, if they're baby dragons, they're potentially small, so that's going to be an easier painting for them. At least that was my thoughts on the Scions. I know that's yesterday's news. We're talking about these guys, but moving on. Okay, and I had to get an upward shot of like these tentacles, because they're just so, they're huge. And I think someone was saying like, are they as big as Jotun or Jotun, or however you say that character's name? Jotun. Maybe they're possibly yes. I mean, they're pretty big. I'd say if not as large, maybe a little bit larger. So. Yeah, I
just realized that one in the middle is an eye.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's really cool.
Yep, there's an eye.
Krakenlin is like awesome. It's a unique squad.
My guess is going to be
that teleports into battle.
Okay, my guess is it's going to be Ular, because since we already have a Kraken that is Ular, my guess it's going to be under that general's banner. That's what I would think. It's just, there's so much to say about these tentacles. Like, it tells a story on their own. Like, they're jumping in and out of time space, and they're also like pulling things that just got like materials and actions that they're doing with them. It's lovely, beautifully sculpted.
So
I'm so excited.
My overall takeaway from the newly reviewed units is kind of like, this is like Renegade realizing that the Heroscape IP has lots of potential, lots of fun, and they get to play with the sandbox now. Before, they're kind of handed someone else's work, and I love a lot of the AOA units, but it's not the stuff they wanted to make. And so now you get to really see that, oh yeah, there's really anything that's possible for Heroscape. We just have such a wide variety now.
And segue including the G.I. Joe stuff, which we're kind of looking at now. Speculating on good sculpts. I think my favorite thing about the G.I. Joe is the toxic water. That's just really, really cool.
Yeah.
So, fun story about the toxic water.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Lee's attempt at making Sparkly Swamp.
Sparkly Swamp.
Mm.
She was gonna try and make Sparkly Swamp because we had sparkly water tiles. Maybe it'd be fun, and it turned out like that. And she said, "No, but that can be used for something."
That's fair. I think that's a solid try.
Fun accidents turn into, fun things. But now I want Sparkly Swamp.
Oh yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing. Sparkly swamp.
Well,
what do you mean?
Everything can be sparkly if you try hard enough, Joe.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is what we see here.
Sparkly lava tiles would be awesome.
You can make it
There you go.
sparkly,
Something different.
toxic swamp. You can add these toxic tiles to your swamp tiles and just have like areas of toxicity all over the swamp, too.
It's not the same, but I hear ya.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate that we're getting more to the palette, right? We've had grass, sand, rock.
Yeah. We need to expand
and
that.
very limited asphalt and stuff from the marble sets, but having more for the palette of Heroscape is going to be great.
Joe, this. Look at these cards here, Joe. Jump pad.
I know Josiah mentioned that too. Yeah.
It kind of reminds me what you've done for Heroscape Adventures a little bit. That they're having these things. That's actually kind of cool that they're.
Yeah, they have a figure that gives people like armaments as like glyphs essentially. So one of them is a jetpack that they could put on and get the flying ability, which I think we've talked specifically about.
Yes. Yeah, we have a jetpack. But no, that's so interesting as a gameplay mechanic of being like you already start with the glyph and then you give someone something. That's fascinating. I love that.
So Justin's saying best thing about G.I. Joe is Cobra Commander is a warlord. Yes, he is.
Soldiers and warlords are getting some buffs that they needed them, but they're doing pretty good.
Not bad stats on this side. Yeah, I just don't want to read I don't want to read like all the special abilities of the cards, but I'm just reading this one real quick. Cutlass of Cobra. Cobra Commander adds 1 automatic skull when attacking adjacent figures. Kind of nice. I'll get you next time. After Cobra Commander receives was that 1 or more wounds from a normal attack and is not destroyed, you may move Cobra Commander up to 2 spaces. He may not end this movement adjacent to an enemy figure while moving with I'm sorry, it's very
I'll get you next time.
I'll get you next time. Cobra Commander does not take leaving engagement attacks. So a little bit of movement to that. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's solid.
Like that the names of the special abilities are getting like a little more fun.
Yes.
And you know what? I don't want to give credit if there is credit, but anyway, a lot of the custom figures that I see for G.I. Joe or Transformers or Marvel or whatever, it's like they're always having their catchphrases if there's a catchphrase attached to that character. I know somebody made a custom for Jason Voorhees, and like the power was like yeah. And I'm like, oh wow, that's so cool. I'm gonna use I
have to say it like that every time.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm really like G.I. Joe was kind of like meh for me when they announced it, but I really like how like this is being displayed, and it gives me like a bit of hope for this, because if it's stuff that you can like bond well and play well with other Heroscape. Yeah, go ahead, Ron.
No, I was just like, so I was I was more than underwhelmed when G.I. Joe was announced. I'm going to be real here. I was borderline livid about it.
Okay.
Worried that it was just going to be another, like, for lack of a better phrase, like a phone-in, just oh, hey, look, here's a thing that we can do. But this is kind of, for me, setting a good tone for the rest of the IP that we know they're going to include, because there was time and care put into this.
Yeah.
This wasn't just here, 3 attack, have a good day. So, I'm still not like super excited about G.I. Joe because I don't jack all about G.I. Joe, but the tone that's being set for me is positive.
I'm almost mad because it seems like they put more effort into the G.I. Joe stuff than some of the earlier releases. Like, they look good and crisp, and like the art all looks so good. So I'm like,
well,
we get like this.
I think these are probably further along the production because they do
Yeah.
have the cards and stuff. So I think that's probably why.
This is also probably like the first stuff they really got to put their hands on.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, this is probably the first stuff they built from the ground up. So.
And Ben's saying G.I. Joe made me want to be in the design room again. I don't love the IP. I didn't love the IP when I was young, but it was a perfect power level and tone for Heroscape. Yeah, like the more you read about the cards, it's very interesting. And Ben, I mean, I'm an '80s kid, so I kind of grew up on that cartoon a bit, and it's like the theme song is just now just going on in my head. Not going to sing it, but it's there. I mean, for me, I was into other cartoons more than G.I. Joe, but I still watched a little bit of it. So it was part of. I grew up with that culture. So I find that fact alone kind of interesting with these guys. So
I think the good thing about G.I. Joe is it's not as many people are familiar with it. Like it's not like Star Wars or other super popular things that you can just pretend that they're just futuristic Heroscape units and go about your day. Like it doesn't break. You can just kind of close your eyes and pretend they're not like from something else.
I like this, like a cobra that's an actual cobra there with like a cobra sword, a cobra staff, cobra claws, cobra kai. You know, it's all there.
The sculpts are almost unmatched. Like there's, especially when you get the capes involved. Like they're just. This is what I was talking about. Like when we looked at the really last sculpts. Release was. Just nice. The dynamic sculpts with the movement is like, give me more.
Yeah, like, not to go too far back, but you had shown the Raylan that you guys got as prizes,
right?
And I'm not a fan of just the pose with Raylan.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of that being, like we've done that. Like, do something different. And like seeing that one guy with the cobra head, I'm like, yo, that is a dope pose. Like that's awesome. It's like an action, he's ready for battle kind of pose, and not just like statue pose.
I tried to get a good focus on this demon guy because I'm just like,
the first time I saw
sculpts,
it's so.
I thought that was a Marku 2.0.
Oh my gosh, it's just so.
Oh.
It's like one of the freakiest, scary looking like miniatures that I've seen so far in Heroscape, and it just thrills me.
I know I'm going to be asked to paint that as a Maro warrior for a couple people. I just know. It's kind of got that body for it. But it's cool. I'm looking forward to getting some paint on that one for sure.
I like how this Orc Commander, because this is, or Grut Commander, this Grut Commander that's riding this dinosaur is, and my son would know the exact naming of that dinosaur because that's what he's into, but forgive me, I don't.
It's a Pachycephalosaurus.
There you go. And he would say it exactly like that too, because he knows. But it's interesting that this Grut seems like he's a bit bigger than these other Gruts here.
He does.
He's actually not the proper scale. He needs to be rescaled.
Oh, okay. So,
I just like Big Daddy Dino Grut, just 10 feet tall.
He's just getting off. Just like,
okay, then make the dinosaur bigger. Make the dinosaur
that
bigger.
too.
Yeah, I'd take that.
I like how derpy the dinosaur is. Like he's
not like a two-dimensional figure like Grimnak is.
Yeah, he hit his head one too many times, and I love him.
I love him for that.
Okay, and sorry for random pictures being taken here. I was just having fun with it.
And you didn't mention it, but we're getting a large tree.
I did.
Terrain set as well.
You
Actually,
did.
I did.
You did mention it.
Yeah, I did.
I wasn't paying attention. We're getting a large tree expansion set as well.
Jump scare!
What happened to my mouth?
I think that's
Yeah,
when you guys
before
were
we get
moving.
to this
now,
amazing gem here.
Now this happened. I gave you guys those photos, but so Josiah was supposed to take photos, and he took photos of himself, and I was actually taking photos of you guys from my thing. So yeah, there's one. There you guys' pose.
I just was not expecting that.
And then
is that rogues?
And then this is something that Hexile will probably release sometime in the future, but let's just hint single crab, and it was a lot of fun. And moving on.
And so, is that your crab that you painted?
Huh?
It's mine, yeah.
Yeah, it's one.
Oh wow, I like that.
So some Gen Con, like after Gen Con fun that will be talked about some other time in the future.
He's putting pressure on you to finish that video.
I know. That's I don't know. It's like
No, do it. He needs
a
it.
ton of work needs to be done. But yes, for all that, like everybody, go to Hexala's YouTube channel. They already released something. We'll probably release more things. So definitely give them some subscriptions and check out their stuff. But yeah, I like
not enough to surpass me.
and look how these cannons go like go through these.
Yes.
You know, it's like it's so cool.
I do, if I do recall, I think they said that the cannons weren't finished either. There was still some tweaks that needed to be made on them.
Okay.
Like sculpt. And again, I could be dreaming.
Sure.
Because I would
Rogue's
assume
did a
they
lot
would
of
want to
random
put them
things
on a
that
base
weekend.
too.
Yeah, probably.
But I think so. But I really want them to be functional. I really want them to have a purpose.
Yeah.
I hope they have a base put into it so you can like swivel the base around or something.
Cannons.
Oh, and I do actually have the cards, so we can just browse these cards real quick. Well, actually, you know, we're like, I know I said like what, 20,
What
30
did
minutes?
I tell you,
and-
Ryan?
Yeah.
What did I tell you?
Okay, just okay. G.I. Joe Roadblock. Let's just look at these cards real quick. G.I. Joe Scarlet. And like I said, go Skateboard's video, Skateboard's YouTube channel, and he does a breakdown on all these cards. Which
and you can find these probably someone uploaded them to heroscapers.com.
These are all
check out the Facebook or the Reddit page.
Shout out to
like
Tommy's
they're
Tommy's
on the
posts
internet.
on Heroscapers or Heroscapers Facebook. Tommy posted all these. That's where I got all these from.
These are all. I still have to go through all of them. They're so cool. I love the sculpts. I love the cards. I'm so confident with all of this. I'm not a huge G.I. Joe guy. I'm a Transformers guy, but this is getting me excited for G.I. Joe. Generally, like I would go watch the '80s show now.
Just to hear the theme song, just to hear the theme song. G.I. Joe is there. Yeah, it stays in your head. It stays in your head. Okay, so we did that. So to close this little Gen Con segment, I know Josiah gave kind of like an estimation of his Gen Con experience a little bit, but if you want to reclose that, and Emirroon, if you guys have anything else to say about that, feel free at this moment to close this out.
Do you want me to complain about Rogue for 10 minutes? Because I can do that. No, I'm kidding.
I'll give you 1 minute.
I can fit a lot in a minute. Other than, having to babysit a grown toddler. Love you, Josiah. It was a lot of fun. We found out that apparently we do not advertise our shirts enough. Because everyone said, where did you get your shirts? So we have fun shirt designs, hexala.com. Gonna plug, sorry, Ryan.
That's fine.
But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of really fun games. Like I said, I had the Double Queen Infestation, but also just met a lot of really fun people that are there for the love of Scape, and that's, what you want to see.
Absolutely.
I had a lot of fun. It's not Heroscape related, but with Source Call. I had a lot of fun playing that.
It's not the best game ever.
It was pretty good.
I love seeing Joe in the instructions.
Yes.
But other than that, I thought it was a great weekend, and I had a lot of fun.
I think yes. There was a lot of cool things that I talked about on my last Wednesday stream that were just really cool experiences. But overall, yeah, very very glad that I was able to go, and I think Josiah feels the same way, right, Josiah?
Oh yeah, certainly. Yeah. It was 10 out of 10 for sure.
I saw that at the end too. Yeah. The little what is it?
Count how many times I rolled my eyes at him in that video. It's a lot.
So yeah, that's taking a look at Gen Con overall, and yeah, definitely if anybody hasn't had an opportunity, try and get there next year, and hopefully some of us might be there as well. And guess what, guys? 100 messages in the chat, in the text chat. I won't be able to catch up with all of them, but I do appreciate all the live chat messages from everybody watching on the stream tonight. And
if there's anything interesting going on, important questions or comments, I'll pinpoint them, and then when there's a break, I will mention it. Don't worry.
For sure. And
So your comments matter, guys.
so moving on, we'll do actually another segment. We'll see how much we can do tonight, because these units probably don't get a lot of love. But here, I'm going to just put this on the screen real quick. We are going to do some squads and heroes as well. I try to do some, and here they are, in their brilliance, and we will check them out and get them here. I got to get them connected here. There's just buttons I need to press, and we'll get on this. I guess I'll read the first one here tonight. Okay, I got no, not that button. I gotta press that button. Then I gotta get to this button and
Oh, the lever, Kronk.
Wrong lever.
Pull the lever.
Yeah, and Warpig Mint says we need a real Mothman unit.
Don't. I know. I saw. I had an internal freak out because everyone knows I love Mothman, and I've been going on this for like a year and a half. Okay, I'll stop now. I could derail this entire thing with Mothman. I agree, Warpig.
We can do that in the backstage actually. So yeah,
I will derail your backstage.
Absolutely.
All right, go ahead, Ryan. You got Emirroon up.
Is it Emeroon or Emirroon? Whatever. Okay, Emirroon. I'm just gonna say Emirroon.
There's 2 O's.
There is 2 O's. There's definitely 2 O's.
We did do a test of this last year, Emirroon and Emirroon. It was inconclusive.
Emeroon, from Ular. Let's see here. Let's go through this. Is an elf, unique hero, wizard, tricky, medium 5 with 5 life, move of 5, range of 1, attack of 3, defense of 3, 80 points. Has an Elven summoning spell, and as we say, there are a lot of words here. There are a lot of words here for this elf. It says, after moving and before attacking, you may roll the 20-sided die and the number of elves you control adjacent to Emirroon to your die roll. If you roll a 1 and 4, nothing happens. If you roll a 5 and 11, you may place 1 elf you control adjacent to Emirroon. If you roll a 12 through 17, you may place up to 2 elves you control adjacent to Emirroon. If you roll a 18 to 20, you may place up to 3 elves you control adjacent to Emirroon. If the summoned elves are engaged, they will not take any leaving engagement attacks. Emirroon cannot summon an elf that he's already adjacent to. So that is the unit, and any thoughts? Now this is when it comes to Ular elf units, they just go good with other elf units, and as you can see, it's just a lot of synergies with a lot of even like synergy benefits with like VC units as well. But does that make it an effective unit, Josiah?
Yeah, I love Emeroon. He's useful outside of elf builds. Lately, I've been kind of experimenting with him using the new Sonlin to teleport the Sonlin in and get that big jump as he lands onto glyphs. Because he can bring things onto glyphs. He's one of the few things that can like actually teleport things onto that. You can use him with Warriors of Ashura. That way you don't have to bring them up. He has a lot of utility, but 80 points is a lot to pay for such a relatively frail figure, but at least he has 3 defense instead of 2. So I like Emeroon.
Yeah, he does have some lore. Ryan, are we reading lore tonight for him?
I will. Yep, I'm prepared for that. But we're just talking about the card first. We're just talking about what we think about the card and the unit and gameplay in general. So, Rowan, what do you think?
So I actually have gotten to play Emeroon once. We had a friend that happens to have all of Heroscape without realizing it. And I got to play Emeroon once in an elf build. I used him with Severus, and used him so that Severus is really squishy and he dies really easily. So kept Severus hidden in the back until I was able to get Emeroon to a higher spot, and then yoint him up there, and that was nice. But it was also at the same time like I could have also just moved Severus, given that he has the same movement, and I would have gotten a couple shots off. But I'm also, again, Severus is squishy, dies easily. So he was a nice little utility if I wanted to get a lot of things to one area at once.
And I'm looking, Joe, can you look up, like, for points? Does points change in Delta at all?
Yeah, I was just going to look that up. Yeah, Emeroon is 50 points
50
in
so
Delta.
That's not bad in Delta, more manageable, because, 80 points is just like, that's just like whether or not he's valuable in an army or not. And it all depends on a 20-sided die roll for a special ability. I'm sure that gives a lot of players, especially competitively, misgivings about it. And let's just look down here. I mean, it's rated a B, so even like there's some comments here. Well, he's more reliable than Sayland. And it says Hadouken, and we talked about Hadouken actually before, but with Hadouk's powerful defensive bonus in play, using Emirroon to keep the elf wizards clumped together is more important than before. So it might be good for like a Valhalla Customs build, using Hadouken. So that's interesting.
It's really the only way to use Quintilla Gwen because
sure,
not worth the movement on her own.
See here.
Yeah, I think it's interesting, Josiah, how you said you're experimenting with the classic units and with the new stuff, and just me kind of reading this card, I'm thinking, we're looking at the like it's a B, right? It's power ranking, but that was when the game was pretty, we had the customs, but we're going to have to figure out the power level of all these classic cards again, kind of, and how they play into the meta.
Yeah.
And probably every time like new waves get released, it's probably going to change things. Like, which is the fun. Which is the fun of this, is refiguring out, how to build armies. That's one of the major things I love about Heroscape, because it makes me like think of like new ways to like synergize directly or indirectly. So yeah, love that.
Well, last year GenCon was like all bears, and this year like there was like only one or two bear themed armies, and at GenCon it was mainly bugs. So each new wave is going to have the things that float to the top and make other things viable.
Bears,
so I'm definitely
bugs,
excited.
then fish. Oh my!
And Shauna is also going to help him too by giving him some rudimentary healing too for some different builds as well.
And let's read the lore real quick here. Heroscape character bio. It says, "Friends, look up!" the wizard Emirroon shouts. Following Emeroon's pointed finger, the elves all spot a silhouette against the moonlight. "The princess on her mount. We've reached her before the wolves." His words are cut short as they gaze up in horror. The strength of the wolves is known to increase with the full of the moon, but none in the order could have guessed at the sight now unraveling before them. From above the canopy of trees spread out before them rise the forms of 3 Anubians, leaping up high into the night sky. Clawing at the air, the wolves catch hold of the princess. This is Flying Griffin, or is that Griffilin, and drag it out of the sky. "To me!" Emirroon shouts, striking the ground with his staff. This reminds me of a scene. The members of the Order, spread out across the surrounding landscape, all vanish in swirls of smoke and reappear around the gray-cloaked Emirroon. Now that would be a fun scene to animate. The stone is in peril. Take action, brothers. And now when it comes to this part of the lore, it's talking about... hopped up right there, okay. Don't look at the ad. Here, let's get rid of that ad. Oh yeah, my goodness, advertising. Anyway, the Order of the Crimson Sigil is basically what it's talking about. And that's the Order of Crimson Sigil, also known as the Nine. And as far as the Nine goes, no members are Arkmer, Chadris, Emeroon, Jordan, Uglynish, and it all comes down to this classic Heroscape lore, to where Quintilla is being attacked, and wolves are attacking, and so the Nine basically protect her, and there's like a huge slaughter that happens. And there's additional info. A group may also include Sonlin. So Sonlin is maybe one of the Nine, not 100% sure on that. But yeah, that is a little bit of the lore of that. Definitely look in the wiki on that when it comes to the Nine, their origins, and Emeroons themselves. So
I've always wanted you, Tales, to animate the Saga of the Nine, because they have like this interweaving storyline.
Yes,
I would just love to see it in your style as kind of like a little, like, not Tales of Valhalla, but like just like a lore video animated. Like that's just, I would just love to see that.
It would be an interesting thing to do a concept of, or even like in a flashback. that is a potential thing, because I could have characters that have flashbacks, on that moment, whatever, character development they're going through. So it is a possibility for that. The only issue is we don't have all of the 9, because we only know at the very confident about 5, maybe one more. So that leaves 4 or 3 that we don't know of. So it would be cool if Renegade could create 3 more of the 9, and then we would have a complete set. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see with that. Okay. Anything else we want to talk about Emaroon before we close this one? All good. All good. So just basically a fun bonding unit. Definitely goes with elves. We'll see in this new current meta that Renegade is delivering to us if it might become valuable again, or even new VC stuff, because new VC stuff is dropping, because we did that in the last podcast. So we'll have to see. But it is a cool sculpt of a mini too. That's one thing I didn't mention. It's a cool sculpt of a mini. Trying to purchase these elves, original elves, might be difficult. I don't know how pricey this elf is particularly, but trying to collect all the elves I know is a chore. It's definitely a chore trying to get these guys. So. But definitely for your consideration, if you love elves, if you're in that Lord of the Ring fantasy type backstory, it might be something for you to consider getting all these guys just for the thematic element, and then just playing them in your typical home games. So with that, that's taking a look at Emirroon for your consideration. All right, now. Shall we move on to the next one? And who wants a shot at this? Joe, would you like to read on?
I want to do Sunshadow.
Oh, you want to do Sunshadow? Okay. Who wants to do the Empress? Who
I'll do Empress Kiova.
You want to do it? Go ahead.
Sure. Am I just reading the whole card, or the special ability?
Yeah, read it all. Read the whole card.
All right, we have Empress Kiova. Follows Einar. Life of 5, move of 5, range 1, attack 3, and defense of 4. Kiova has Gift of the Empress Aura. When you roll defense dice for any Kyrie that you control who follow Einar and is within 5 clear sight spaces of Empress Kiova, you may re-roll all defense dice that did not show shields. Gift of the Empress Aura can be used only once for each defense roll. Empress Kiova's Gift of the Empress Aura does not affect Empress Kiova. She also has Stealth Flying, which do I need to read Stealth Flying?
I think that's pretty well known. So.
I think we know how.
You can spare the words.
She is a medium 6. She's a big girl.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very tall, holding that sword.
Tall.
Interesting sculpt. How playable is she? I mean, she works with Einar Imperium a bit, right?
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah. Her biggest problem is lack of figures that are worthwhile protecting. It's just if her thing was, this is kind of an instance where Heroscape became so kind of reclusive to individual units. Mm-hmm. It's just, you never use them because Einar Imperium are just too expensive to casually field. And even then, they move so fast that they're outpacing Empress. So if you had a strong, sturdy hero next to her, then she becomes really, really good. But for now, she's kind of a bench warmer, I'd say.
And what's her delta points, Joe? I like the
70.
70? Okay, well that's better. It's more considerable for some type of delta point squad. But even then,
delta really.
Even then, it's there's not much else she can do.
I love stealth flying though, and with the defense of 4, stealth I think she could get in and do some damage and fly out.
Sure, it's not bad stats on this side.
Yeah,
for sure. Because with the flying, she can get in, get out. Absolutely.
If she affected all soldiers within that aura, she'd be used so often.
She kind of bonds with Sanka Band a little bit.
A little bit. they just released more Einar Valkyrie. She'll shoot way up in usage.
Yeah. That'll be nice if we get some body units with her to make her a little bit more. Because right now, currently, generally like C minus is the norm for her. So, yeah. Although, and again, someone else is commenting here. Jexic is commenting that this decent stats, although limiting.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the thing. Now I don't know if you can see, because it's like yellow text and white here. But if you want to read that lore here, I'm trying to zoom in a little bit more.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay.
All right. Her stark beauty is like golden sun setting against a snow-covered horizon. Her family has ruled in Lindis fame for generations beyond count. Just as her father before her, she inspires an extreme sense of loyalty in all of her servants. Einar holds Kiova in high honor. She is spotted frequently in his court. Some tale-bearing Kyries say that her visits serve not only to share plans of battle. Perhaps Kiova's stone heart is not so hard as she would have many believe. The Empress is never seen without her personal escort of Imperium. When attacked, Kiova draws a rune engraved sword and sings out in a clear and icy voice. Her song is a hymn of battle. Its words bear an ancient magic. It is a prayer of protection for those who serve her.
I did her so terrible in Tales of Valhalla. I just did her so terrible. It's wonderful, but I mean, her lore, her main canon lore is a bit more serious, and I know I did her dirty, but you know, you had to do it with some of them.
She's actually a very important character in the lore, because Utgar tried to assassinate her, like he tried to turncoat and assassinate her, and that's the reason why Einar is no longer allied with Utgar in the war. And that's relayed in the ninja bio.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna zoom back a little bit more. All right, but yeah, with that, not much else I think to be said about Empress Kiova, unless someone else has any thoughts. But pretty simple. It's like hopefully there's going to be more chances for bonding with her in the future. Relatively, if you want to grab her, I don't think she's like, since she's not that popular, I think it's relatively easy to grab just for the sculpt alone, and just to say you got her. Probably not too expensive.
Yeah, cool sculpt. Really cool sculpt and pose. There's just not much they can do right now.
Exactly. So, with that, this is taking a look at Empress Kiova for your consideration for your Heroscape army builds. All right. Now, next one. Wait, go this down. I was actually checking this one out earlier. All right, zoom this back. Let's get this over here. And okay, who wants to do this? Oh, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, Joe.
All right. Gender's own Everin Sunshadow. Everin is an Eldarin, so not an elf. He's a unique hero, a wizard. He's precise at a medium 5. He's got a life of 5, a move of 6, range of 1, attack of 2, defense 2 at a whopping 80 points. And looking at his Delta points, Everin is at 45 in Delta. So when you have a unit start at 80 and go literally almost half, maybe not the best of special powers or stats, but I really like Everin Sunshadow, especially in Delta because of his half points. It feels like a good filler, and this is exactly why. So he's got 2 special powers, Fire Blast special attack and Fey Step. So Fire Blast special attack, range 5, attack special. Each time you attack with Everin Sunshadow's Fire Blast special attack, you may choose to roll either 2, 3 or 4 attack dice. If the skull is rolled on every die, you may attack again with Everin Sunshadow's Fire Blast special attack. You may continue attacking with Everin Sunshadow's Fire Blast special attack until you do not roll a skull on every die. I like this because
I hate that.
The possibility of that chance that you could roll all 4 and get skulls and then do it again and again is so awesome. But consistently, I think 2 is your best bet. Yeah. I think 2 will be your best bet to get that.
With 2, it's a 25% chance.
Yeah, which is probably your highest chance because as you grow,
I hate that.
Yeah,
it's usually best actually just to make 1 attack of 4 on average.
2, yeah. Absolutely. Depending on how you are in the game, if this is your insurance unit and he's just trying to take out as much as possible, unless you want to start off with him, and then just try your luck and get some big heavy attacks, range of 5, attack of 4, that's awesome. Solid. And you could definitely get in there with his other power, Phase Step. So once per game, Everin Sunshadow may use Phase Step. Before moving normally with Everin Sunshadow, you may place him on any empty space within 5 spaces of his current location. If Everin Sunshadow is engaged when he uses Phase Step, he will not take any leaving engagement attacks. So essentially a range of 10 combined with Fire Blast special attack. Teleport in with Phase Step, you get the extra range with Fire Blast. And you get an attack of 4 right off the gate. So that's pretty interesting for a unit that's in Delta 45 points. Obviously Classic with 80 points. I don't know if you want to put him in your build. Raise your hand if you would put him in your build at 80 points.
At 80 points, no.
Sitting on my hands.
So, and this is why Delta is so much more fun.
Yes.
So it's Phase Step. He gets his movement too, right?
Yes.
He gets to move 5, and then
Yeah,
so he really has like a range of like
16.
16.
Yeah.
One time.
Once.
And then he dies the next turn.
Yeah. In that case, yeah. Because a defense of 2 is unfortunate. But, even get him on height 3 if you, and Royland, and then you're okay. But yeah, I think Everin Sunshadow is a lot of fun.
I mean, and I think this is the reason why Heroscape is so fun, because you have units that like these that maybe not like solid, but still fun to play, and there's always that possibility, that chance that it could make the game. It could make the game as like an end character and filler character. Go ahead, Josiah.
And one thing to remember is that he wasn't designed for tournament play. He was designed for scenario play. So if you're going through like dungeon scenarios like that in the book with him, he's a lot more valuable, a lot more worth at 80 points, because that movement, getting the glyphs, because it's a lot more objective based compared to survive 9 attacks from Morrow drones type of deal. And he's also just a great example of how adjusting points can make a unit fill a different niche. At Delta points, he's actually a viable kind of filler unit for, if you need a special ranged in your army. But 80 points, he's hard to fit into most modern builds.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when talking about Phase Step in the rules and clarifications, it does not state anything about height mattering. And so, if you are playing in a scenario or Heroscape adventure, that 5 spaces is 5 spaces. You don't have to see those spaces. You just can go one. You just count the 5, whatever the elevation is. You can go right up to a castle wall if you want to.
So he's good for at least
just
one
use
attack.
that ability once per round. He'd be great.
Yeah.
Instead of once per game.
Yeah, it is once per game. It's probably why it's only once per game, because it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful.
Absolutely.
And hence the 80 points probably. That's probably why they consider, okay, we need 8 points for this, because there's a potential that you can just mow units down, Small percentage, but still a percentage. All right, and well, you want to read the character bio real quick, Joe, because there's not much.
Yeah, from the back of the box, which I love that they mentioned that on the website. I think that's such a great inclusion, It's like a cereal box. You turn it over. Oh, what does this say? All right, Everin So the character bio from the back of the box says, Everin channels raw arcane power into mighty spells that scorch the battlefield. Like any good wizard, he puts monsters in their place. Anything that stands in his way is blasted to bits.
Yeah.
Which, boy oh boy, I wish that he really did that.
It's
I don't know if Fire Blast is gonna put Krug to bed, but
this was part of the D&D master set, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So
if you want to have fun with him in your own games, turn him into an elf wizard, and he actually has a lot more use you can use because you can use him in the pod builds.
Okay.
But other than that,
sure.
Because the Eladrins are just high elves, is all they are in D&D lore. So it's not like that big of a difference.
So I was saying he's like a budget version of Toolbach Ra. Wait, is that a good thing? So just a little better than the Empress, basically. But no, I it's really interesting though, because I was dismissing this unit altogether, but when Joe's just like, Ryan, it's 45 points delta, I'm like, oh well, that changes some things. And yeah, that Fire Blast special attack, it's I can see this like being just a fun, like when it comes to like competitively, just a fun endgame unit. If you got 45 points to burn and you want to make things interesting in your game, put him in there just to set up for that attack to where just like, ooh, I rolled 2 skulls, I get to roll again. Ooh, another 2 skulls, I get to roll again. Ooh, because in Heroscape, especially competition, you never know when that type of thing might happen. It might not happen, but you never know when it can. So yeah.
Yeah, that's how you get me to rage. Like, just that over and over. Like, how is this happening to me?
He hates that when frenzy happens too.
Yeah, it's almost like it is.
Oh,
kind of
so
like a frenzy.
you're telling me I should play my Deathwalker 8,000 army with the Zedian infantry?
Oh, I tried that. The first Gen Con, I came with Deathwalker, and I got crobbed from across the map on turn 1.
Yeah,
it was very unfortunate.
So I feel like I've got very, very vague memories of years and years and years, probably looking at 20 years ago, of my father trying to play this character. Like, I think he tried it in a couple games because he really wanted it to be good when he got the box, and then finally gave up on him.
Ooh.
This is also, like, in casual play with children.
Sure.
But, like, I think that's my... am I crazy, or do you remember that too?
Yeah, I think
he tried and gave up and went with the drow instead. That's my only experience with this dude.
For sure. And since it is part of the Battle of the Underdark box, they are kind of pricey to try and get. I'm like, not gonna lie, it is a little bit of coin getting it. But if you want, I mean, yeah, like Joe says, good fill unit, possibly fun one to consider for your Heroscape collection. And if there's nothing more to say, I see Justin's saying here in the chat, yeah, D&D could have done the elves better with him, not getting elf synergies and introducing one half elf who also didn't get synergies. Yeah, that's the unfortunate thing when it comes to the Underdark box. But
what do we think of his sculpt?
His health?
Sculpt. No, sculpt.
Oh, sculpt.
Oh, I hate the sculpt.
If you actually look at the sculpt,
I hate it. You don't like that he's holding a ball of fire?
I don't know.
It looks like he's protecting a potato.
Yeah, he's got like a bag of flaming hot Cheetos. He's like,
you cannot have it. This is mine.
Just repaint it to being that, then that would be.
He's ready to kami ha somebody.
Like, yeah, if it was translucent, his face is just so bad, and his hair is so bad.
Yeah,
it's just not my favorite unit in the game.
Yeah,
and it kind of looks like his knees are bending inwards, like he needs to go pee.
Yes.
Them D&D reprint sculpts, are fun. Anyway, but that's taking a look at Erevan Sunshadow for your consider like possibly getting it, even if you want to get just like a 3D printed version of it, or you can get a D&D sculpt of it if you can't find the original Heroscape.
So if you want a lot of the D&D sculpts, they have the board game Wrath of Shaldalon, or one of their like D&D lines has like all the Underdark figures in it, unpainted. So that's a great way to get like the trolls and this guy and Paloth and the droid. So look for those boxes even for like $50.
Absolutely. So if you really want to check it out, check it out. So that's taking a look at Erevan Sunshadow for consideration for your Heroscape collection. All right. Now, we're about to close tonight, guys, because what do you know? It's this show went on pretty long, but we do have one more thing to share. We have a comment. I can produce one comment.
One comment?
One comment, but it's a very important comment, Joe. You know why?
Oh, okay. Why?
It is the first comment that we got on Spotify. The Spotify community is growing, guys. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Hell yeah!
And Drago Lich, you have a good night. Appreciate you for coming on tonight, and have a good day of work for this week. Or yeah, a good week of work this week for sure. All right. So yes, one comment. Let's share it. Bring it on here. One comment from Knox Brown. This is really fun. It says Knox Brown saying, been binging the pod 10-ish episodes in 2 days. Thank you so much on Spotify. That just bumps up them numbers. Appreciate you so much. My favorite segments are the interviews with more experienced players, Mike, Ken, Chris, etc. It would be great to get more interviews with great players, even if they aren't content creators. Want to hear Veggie on the elves. It would be great to have Vegetarian 18 on for sure. Ken or Knight of Light talk bonding melee, Dicel on winning with intentionally weird bad builds, Dadscaper on C3V, and many more. Also Game Bear and Super Frog and principles of competitive map building. Yes, and we've touched on those a little bit. We've had some people on, even like Chris Perkins on last year, which was a great podcast. And I left a comment saying that there are plans in the works to bring some of these people, and I'll put on a list for those who aren't in the future for sure. It just, for me, it just depends on planning and time, and if those people have availability or not, because a lot of people are busy. So just give it some time and you might see those on. Although I will say one thing though, when the ToV podcast was created, I didn't want to make it, because I really couldn't have, to make it a copy of the other podcast led by Mike, which the name escapes me at the moment. Name, Joe?
What? I'm sorry, who are you referring to?
Casters of Valhalla. Thank you.
Casters of Valhalla?
Yeah, Casters of Valhalla.
Yeah, Mike, yeah.
Which excels way better than this podcast does. This podcast, I consider,
when was the last time they posted though?
This is more of an introduction to Heroscape for people who are just getting started with Heroscape, like many of us are, or trying to get involved competitively, which I am personally. I'm still consider myself a novice competitively. Still have a lot to learn, and those guys just on Casters of Valhalla podcast take it up a huge notch, and they're really skilled. But it's always great to have them on when they're able to, and so bringing in that bit of competitiveness and knowledge, we are building on that. But also I like to keep parts of this podcast to where we're just discovering it ourselves, and trying to keep that also for people who are just coming into Heroscape and still trying to figure it out. So definitely, I think, and that makes it a nice blend for if you want to go to Casters of Valhalla to really get good nitty-gritty details of competitive play and other knowledge. And then ToV Podcast is just a nice synergy to those who maybe, instead of getting overwhelmed with really strong tournament talk, competitive talk, we just have fun. We're just having fun through this.
Yeah, sometimes we talk about
journey.
theming restaurants for Heroscape.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Happens.
So it's so it's a nice synergy between the two, and I really wanted to complement Casters of Valhalla more so than just copy them. But it is noted, Knox Brown, and keep an eye out because we might have people on that you're not even mentioning in the comments as well. We've had a lot of fun guests. We've had a lot of fun guests. So, any other thoughts on this comment? Appreciate this Spotify comment. I'm just
this is super cool. I'm so happy. I always want to make sure that we tailor some of our chats to, because it's a very visual medium playing a board game. So I don't know. It's so difficult sometimes. You forget, like people do just listen to the podcast.
We need to describe.
Because I know I've listened to Casters of Valhalla and they've done like their top 10 like favorite competitive maps, and I'm like, how are you about to describe maps in an audio only medium? But they do it somehow. So like, it's great stuff. But yeah,
it is.
We'll get guests on.
But Knox Brown, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing like 10 some episodes in 2. That's a record.
That's
applaud
crazy
you for that.
I don't know if I have the endurance for that. I'm on.
You might be driving a lot.
It's like
an
average.
Lot of driving.
Yeah, it's like an average of 2 hours. So per episode.
Yeah, so either driving or you're cleaning the house, whichever one.
Bless you. Bless you.
Listening to it at 2x speed.
This is done a lot.
I imagine they're just sitting down, doing nothing, and just listening to the podcast,
painting.
not moving,
painting,
doing nothing else.
Painting.
That's psychopath behavior. Don't do that.
Oh dear. Okay, we're slipping now. All right. Thank you, Knox Brown, so much for that comment. All right. Let's stop sharing that. That's all.
We're
now
getting silly.
Final. That's all we do have to share tonight. So let us wrap up and plug what we need to plug. Hexala, please go first.
Oh, I hate going first.
I'm sorry, you're in the top corner, so this is where
we have shirts that are for sale.
We sell shirts, hexala.com. We also sell stickers. We've got a couple different little fun character designs.
What does your bear shirt say?
Barely hanging on.
Oh, I love that.
It is BEAR. Yeah, hexala.com. HEXHALLA. I had to make sure I could spell it. If you haven't seen it on our channel, we did just post up our GenCon review video. It's unhinged, as we've always been described as. It also shows how unhinged some people on this panel that I'm not going to name Heroscape can be. But yeah, that's us. We had a great time at GenCon. Thank you, Ryan, for inviting us tonight so we can talk about it. I can complain just a little bit about Josiah.
Absolutely. No, thank you guys. Link in the description below, again, for everybody here. Joe.
God, every time you guys bring it up, made me really feel like you guys needed me there for just to keep things calm. Like, what?
No. You keep things calm?
For how much?
I think you would have started with me, Joe, and doubled down.
I like order and control.
You do not. You just started an argument.
Joe, you did miss out on Josiah misnaming Beliadas, so that was
a lot.
Yes, order and control is definitely Joe crazy.
Surprisingly, it is. Unfortunately. But with that said, yeah, I am on still my slump, trying to get myself back on the hurdle of this content creation railway. So I'm done with the script. I finished the script. I'm happy with the script. I just got to figure out a place to film it because I don't like this space up here for filming other than like the podcast stuff. I have these angled walls and I hate them. I bump my head into them constantly. There's marks on the wall from my headset. So I'm not a fan. So I'm finding a place to film it. And I have some other footage to do because there's a lot. It's going to be a jam-packed video. I'm trying to figure out how to showcase it in such a manner. I don't know if I'm giving things away, but I got a package. There's a lot of things in there, and I'm very excited to share it because it's going to be a long road of me showing you all of this stuff that I got. So it's other than coming off the wedding in the house and having barbecues. We had a barbecue yesterday. It was a lot of fun. but like every single weekend has been nonstop something, and I've been super busy, and work's been great. So I don't know. I just feel like just a little update on me. I've been happy. I'm fine. I'm good, but I'm just gotta get myself into this like content creation. Like I need to get back to it. So I hope you guys are being patient for that, because I'm so excited to share it. But I'm just like, I get up in the morning, go to work, come home, and I'm like, all right, time to work. All right. Oh, everyone's on Discord playing video games? All right, cool. I'm going to join them. All right. So just, I don't know.
We'll get him back. We'll get him back someday.
I'm in it. Yeah, I'll be back. Don't worry. That's why I do the podcast. I get myself excited
this is
for
why
it.
I make you, you know, you're coming. You're here.
Yeah.
You're here. You're going to be showing up.
I'm alive. Don't worry. All right. So with that said, I am not crazy. I'm Joe Crazy, and I yield my time.
And just want to give a quick shout out to Skateboard saying, hey, what's up, guys? Skateboard. We actually shouted out your video talking about the G.I. Joe cards. So definitely everybody check out Skateboard's channel. Did a really fun evaluation on the G.I. Joe cards. Give his channel some subscriptions as well. Josiah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I am Josiah, the West known as the Roguescaper. More commonly known as that than my real name. And yeah, so I am coming off like a long train of commissions. I've painted so many figures to pave the way for GenCon and other trips I was taking. So I'm kind of going back into content creation. I currently have like 3 projects filmed, but my computer decided to not Hexhala's footage, and for some reason as soon as I try to work with it, my whole computer is just crashing constantly. So I'm trying to fix that to get my projects done, and so expecting the last half of this year to have lots of fun stuff coming your way, as we got lots of comments to paint, lots of painting tutorials and fun little videos I have in mind. But in the meantime, just be patient as I have my side of the story. Hexhala tried to kill me.
Twice, I think.
Twice. No. But no, I had a great time at the cons, and just stay on the lookout for my painting stuff and my other Heroscape related stuff on the YouTubes.
All right. Thank you.
My time.
Thank you, Josiah. And of course, I'm Ryan, aka Tales of Valhalla. And what's coming up? Well, you know, like Source Golf. I can't wait till my Source stuff gets in the mail, and when I do, that's going to be a fun mailbag unboxing. I might just unbox it and then play Source Golf just right on stream, just because it's that much fun. But I think coming up this Wednesday, I'm pretty sure the scenario that they showed at Gen Con is going to be released probably this week. So I'm probably going to be talking about that, and there's some things within that scenario, the lore, that I don't know if I'm too happy about it, but I mean, I do have to. I didn't really I browsed it because we saw it at Gen Con, but I'm gonna wait until actually we get it fully on the Renegade website and then talk about it, because there's resolution, guys. There's been a resolution to this story for Age of Annihilation. Like, an annihilation actually happens. That's interesting. So,
spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert. So we'll see if it's all that we've been waiting for or not, and it should be coming this Wednesday for this stream. If not, then we'll be doing something else, because always on the move I am. So we'll see, but yeah, definitely stream every Wednesday and Sunday, and so check me out this Wednesday. And always appreciate the likes, the subs, the shares, the support on here on YouTube or Patreon or wherever I'm on social media, and even on Discord. We have a pretty lively Discord community on the Tales of Valhalla Discord as well. Some things have been created that we'll probably talk about in the future as well. It's a lot of cool things. Anyway, so that is this channel. You're on it, you know it, you love it. And A. Alvarado there is saying, shout out to the Heroscape community. You guys were fantastic to get to know at my first major competition in Heroscape. Well, hopefully if we met you, I can't fit the face with the name, but it was great to meet everybody there at Gen Con 2 that I have not met the first time. So yeah, it's definitely, that alone is worth, going to these conventions whenever we can, is to meet everybody that we kind of talk to in the chat, so we don't know. It's like, I'm this person, like, lovely to meet you in person, even though, yes, some of us are antisocial. I'm talking about myself. But yeah, but we get past that, and it's definitely great to meet people. So with that, yes, and Derek, hey there, Derek, in the chat as well. I noticed you were chatting earlier, and what was going to say, yes, be good for Elden Ring then. I think Elden Ring is a very tough game, so I hope you do good with it as well. So with that, I thank everybody for watching. We got a backstage to record, so you have a purpose in your life. Find it, pursue it, live it, and we'll see all of you next time. And Alvardo says, new guy, lost the top 32 against Nick E. I was using 10 Tanuki, 3 Wraith, and 1 Shiori. Well, that's an interesting build. It's
a fun build right there.
Yeah, it is. But hopefully, you dropped in the chat. Hopefully, we can see you for a live stream next time. Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey, Tony214, I'm sorry you just got here. Recognize you, see you, and hopefully we can catch you next time. And watch the replay, definitely. Later.